Hey there, village friends. Dominic Steele. A couple of things and a bit of training. First thing, what a great week we had at the Village Kids Club, and fantastic work by Tiffany and all the different teams. We had a team on food, a team on looking after parents, and a stack of people and lots of youth helping out with the kids, and it was just great. And I'm so thankful to God for how it all went. And we have an awesome all-in gathering this Sunday morning. Ben McEachen is going to be our speaker. Tiffany and Alex are going to host the day, and then we're going to have lunch together as a Village Mornings Church with friends and people that we've connected with over the Holiday Kids Club. So I hope you can be with us Sunday morning. Sunday night, Village Evenings, I'm going to be speaking on guidance and a case study on how does God guide, how do we make decisions in regards to work. And so I hope you can be with us for that. Now, I want to talk to you about our part in the whole process of introducing God. First, who's involved? God is involved. God is involved in adopting people into his family. He gives the right to become children of God. People don't automatically become members of Jesus' family. Adoption is a privilege that is given by God to some. What's our role? Our role is to play the part of adoption agents. The most important thing we can do as we live as children of God. People will be watching our lives. Your friends will be watching our lives, and they'll notice if we talk the talk without walking the walk. And so in our life, as we go through this introducing God process, but in our life more widely, the quality of our argument does not count anywhere near as much as the loving godliness of our lives. Now, as we engage in this process of everyday evangelism, our everyday relationships with the people we sit next to at work, with the people we sit next to, the people we hang around at barbecues with, at university, at the mothers group, all those kind of things, we're talking to friends who are potential adoptees. And now, when we think about people who might come to introducing God, I think it's actually helpful to think of people, and I don't even like this word, but in four kinds of categories. The first kind of category, I call them the backpacker. They could be somebody you meet. They could be your taxi driver. They could be the Uber driver. They could be somebody who walks into church on this Sunday, but you discover they're flying to New Zealand on Tuesday. They're in your life for 15 minutes. Well, they're probably not the person to invite to introducing God. They might be, but they're probably not. They might be the person that you say, oh, do you know what it is I believe? And you think, in this taxi ride, I could have a go at explaining to them what's important to me about faith in Jesus Christ. Then the second kind of person, if the first kind is the backpacker, second kind of person, I call them the speech pathologist. I had problems with my voice. I had to see a speech pathologist. They're in my life for 3 months. Could be somebody you're doing a course with. For me, it was the specialist speech pathologist. The third kind of person is the workmate, the person who's in your life for 3 years. And then the fourth kind of person is your brother. They're in your life for 40, 50, 60 years. Now, here's the thing. As we've talked about the relationship priority of introducing God, the gentleness, the atmosphere, most people have said, the person I'm going to invite is my brother, or the person I'm going to invite is my workmate, the person I'm in long-term relationship with. Now, research indicates most people become Christian largely through the influence of someone with whom they have a significant relationship. And so, how do we see my brother, my workmate, come to introducing God? Well, the first step is raise awareness. They need to know you're Christian. They need to know you have a relationship with God. And the first way to do that is to talk to them about what did they do on the weekend, so what did you do on the weekend? Then it's initial contact. I want to see people. Lots of times we have relationships with people in one dimension. We only see them at work. Well, before we invite them to introducing God, we need to invite them to our home. We need to see them in a second dimension so that they've become two-dimensional relationships. Then the third stage is talking to them about our worldview, helping helping our friends understand why it is we think particular ways about particular topics. And I always say, years ago when I was doing this, somebody would raise the possibility of a conversation and I would kick the door down. What did that teach them? Never open the door to Dominic again. So what do I want to do? The opportunity for a discussion comes up, they open the door, pop in, make a couple of comments, pop back out again. That lets them know it's safe for this conversation to continue. And then at some point, I need to actually get to the point where I say to a workmate or to a brother, our church is running a course. It's called Introducing God. Why don't you come and check out the first night? Why don't you come and check out the introductory night? And so that conversation will go better the earlier you have it. Don't leave it to the final afternoon, the 24th of July, when the course starts. If you haven't do it, try and do it this weekend. Thanks for listening. Look forward to seeing you at Village Church on Sunday.